Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2020 edition with our Israeli playthrough. In the last episode, Iran took over Kuwait. So that was interesting. We've also been working very heavily on trying to recover from taking over Egypt, as it's made a bunch of weird things happen. For example, our growth actually went into the negatives. We were in a period of, not deflation actually, because it wasn't inflation that went negative, it was growth. So I guess that would be like, I don't know, just almost a period of recession. I mean, it didn't really even last a whole quarter, but it did last. And now it spiked up so high that I've actually changed my interest rate from 2.5% back up to 5%, and it's still going up. And inflation is trailing up along with it. Unemployment's doing nice, of course, still hovering. For whatever reason, this game loves to generate an infinite amount of unemployment, no matter what your retirement age is or anything. It just finds a percentage that it likes and it sticks there no matter what your settings are, which makes me wonder if I should just adjust this now, because I do plan on changing the retirement age. I've been planning on it the whole time, I just haven't really known when. So it's a sad face if I up women by 1 year. What if I even them out? Super sad face for increasing it too much at once. Well, you know what? I'm going to increase it by you since our growth is through the roof anyway. Since our new life expectancy is 67 of all ages, I might as well get women up to 67 as well if it proves to be possible. There's a lot of money to be saved here anyway. And even though we are finally in a budget excess again, and mind you, the largest budget excess we have been in during the entire game, I'd still like to improve it if possible, especially if it is something that lowers popularity, because 100% popularity can definitely take on any hits that come from raising the retirement age. It looks like the Jihadist Caliphate was planning on bombing a karaoke, but apparently we got them. So that's good. Apparently, we have gotten rid of the Israeli Patriotic Front. Yes, we did. That's our final political party-related terrorist group. Now what remains is the two things that we acquired from Egypt, the Jihadist Caliphate and the Israeli Bridges of Islam. And holy crap, that's a lot of sympathizers. What the fuck? That's so many. Alright, well, Jihadist Caliphate only has 26,500, so they should go down pretty quick, I'd imagine. But oh my god, the IBI here, with 10,000 followers and 59 million? Jesus Christ, that's like half the population of Egypt has just joined this terrorist group. What the fuck? Apparently, Algeria had a network in our country and we eliminated 6 agents from it. I don't know why they were spying on me. More random crap. Just violated? No, they've been here the whole time. You're just losing track of them every now and again. Law and retirement has gone through today, and another notice about the Turkish incursion. Great, I have multiple notices about that crap. As a side note, I love this. I love that I have a birth rate of 115 per 1,000 inhabitants yearly. What even is this? Nothing even comes close. The fact that anything comes to 1/3 of that is kind of scary. The world average is set to 19. This probably brings the world average up like crazy. Our population has gone up like 6 million since we took over Egypt. What the fuck is actually happening here? Well, you know what? It barely touched my popularity at all. So this may be ballsy, but I'm going to go ahead and just raise it up to 67. Because it'll save a bunch of money. It'll finally make some sort of gender equality over there. Finally. It finally touched my popularity. But it's set to give us a damn good budget excess. A budget excess with which I could actually pay off my debt if it was maintained over the course of... it's not seeable on this screen. 4 years? If I maintained it for 4 years, I could pay all my debt off, which would be the greatest payment rate we would have had so far in the entire game. For some reason, Greece hates me, and I'm not sure why. They didn't hate me before. The law on retirement has just gone through. No immediate effects because we don't have a weekly economic calculation yet. It's kind of annoying that you have to wait for the calculation to see the effects of things like this, but I guess it makes sense. I don't know. I know it's more of a game side thing than a real life thing, but we now have an equal retirement rate between our men and our women. All hail gender equality. No getting off 5 years early for you women. You live 5 years longer anyway. You should retire 5 years later, not men. What's the matter with you? Anyway, our budget excess is predicted to be $52.43 billion somehow. I don't know how the hell this has happened. I guess just by a mixture of everything in our budget that's been reduced, plus the crazy amount of growth seems to have done a lot for it. Speaking of which, the crazy amount of growth has gone down a little bit, but it's popping all over the place. I don't know where the hell this is going to settle or if it even will. I'm just kind of waiting and watching. We've got the calculation and we can see that growth has continued to go down a little bit. Unemployment got a spike, as I was honestly kind of predicting, but it's not that bad of a situation. However, even if growth keeps going down, it's bound to go up again as our gas wells are going to start finishing, and then our wind turbines, and then our oil plants. A lot of things are going to do that. What do you mean bad figures for unemployment? That is a perfectly healthy unemployment rate. So since our budget is doing so well, I see that this could be a good point to even increase our income further by spending some more money now and continuing, finally, to get some partial involvement in these sectors, especially to add some more security and stability to our economy, maximizing our profits, and maybe, controlling this growth spike a little bit. We're going to purchase shares in maize to start getting back on track of basically trying to get a finger in every single part of our economy. Apparently, the Israeli Brigades of Islam tried to plant a bomb at a train station, and looks like we got rid of it. That's good. That's 2 foiled terrorist groups in a row. Well, terrorist attacks in a row, not the whole groups. We have just failed to infiltrate the IBI again. Jihadist Caliphate, we have infiltrated 316. So, just a few days ago. Since our budget is doing so well, of course, still, I'm just going to go ahead and max out the fight against terrorism again. It's the most money I've ever spent in one button press so far in this entire game, with the exception of building things. And I don't really mind it because I need to get this stuff back up in order to deal with these terrorists. I need to get a lot of my old spending back up. We may take some little hits from public finances, but it's whatever. My finances are fine. Look at the budget excess here. It's not as high as it was projected to be, but it's still very, very high. The highest it has ever been. And it will continue to stay high, assuming I don't fuck anything up, or assuming the game doesn't try to fuck me up. What is over here? Dejoser. This is some sort of monument. One thing I've never understood is, are you supposed to build main highways leading from cities to tourist infrastructure? That's something I've never quite figured out. I know they benefit, for example, just from having an international airport nearby. As I understand it, if there's no main highway, the secondary highways just kind of fill in the gap of like, oh, there's an airport nearby. They take secondary highways and now they're over here. But it's more of a capacity thing than a, hey, this leads directly here thing. At least that's what I understand it as being. I don't know if that's exactly the case. This game doesn't teach you a lot. Growth is down to 4.76. I never thought I'd be so happy to see my growth go down. That's probably a big reason why our income is going down too, because the growth is going down. But again, all the things we had set up in advance are starting to go through. 9 days until this first set of oil rigs is done. I'm pretty sure I set up these oil rigs at the same time I did. Gas. Those are gas rigs. These oil rigs were set up at the same time, so we will have oil and gas finishing on the same day, whereas this wind turbine will be the next thing to finish, but there's still a good month and then some until it's done. Our partial nationalization of maize has gone through. I am going to get some partial nationalization of armed pickup trucks next, just because it's so goddamn cheap. So we've passed into a new quarter, and for some reason I was issued $21.5 billion worth of debt. With such a large budget excess, that doesn't quite make sense. My budget excess was twice the amount of debt that I was just issued. I should have been relieved of like 10 billion worth of debt, not given 21 billion. I can't say I really understand that. My budget excess is still high, but going down, but my debt is going up. My debt servicing is going up. I'm not sure I understand. Is this broken? Is my budget broken? I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to keep playing, but I certainly hope it's not broken. I know integrating countries can break a lot of things in this game, but come on, man. It's not like I've taken over an insane amount. Don't start breaking on me now. Well, our natural gas facilities have finished, and assuming that this trade balance is broken, which it may or may not be. What's our balance? Yes, it is broken. This is our current trade balance, meaning we are actually an exporter of natural gas at this point, which is good, because I even found out that I didn't build all the gas I could have. There's more here as well, maybe even around here, but I know for a fact there's more here, in case I do need more. All the gas wells I've built now are extracting more gas than the original gas wells I built. We've also finished this oil, which is not actually extracting a whole lot for being placed on very good. But I'm sure if we do go into energy and we look at oil, we will find that, yes, our production is increasing. Our consumption is just so high, though. But yeah, that's so weird. I guess we just need more production still. It's crazy. With everything that just finished building, my growth skyrocketed yet again, as I expected, from about 4.35% to 5.62%. So we went back down to more moderate but still high levels, and we spiked back up to just where we were. It will probably trail down as the year goes on some more. Unemployment's at a much better rate again because of it, and inflation is still ticking its way up, which is something I expected. The current nationalization that I was doing went through. China discovered some crap I don't care about. Yeah, there's our current growth forecast. And the leader of Ireland wants to meet with me. But before we continue, let's see if we can find another industry we might want to buy something in. Something that is likely to be cheap, although I don't know what. Looks like satellites won't be that expensive. Still almost a bill, but not quite to get a hold in. So let's go ahead and buy some shares in satellites. It's been almost a month, and somehow our agent is still alive in the jihadist caliphate, so I will set him to dismantle. Looks like Kosovo is once again applying to the UN. I guess I'll accept that. I remember them already doing it, and I suppose it wasn't accepted. But sure, I'll accept that. Why not? They like me. They haven't caused me any harm. Serbia doesn't like me. I don't know why anyone in this game likes or dislikes me right now. Honestly, in terms of diplomacy, this is the most buggy fucking playthrough I've seen yet, and I don't even blame the standard diplomacy of the series. I blame the fact that they probably made changes to diplomacy. Like, I've seen things in this I've never seen before. Like, the moment you turn dictatorship, there's special events now for it, and now there's weird, like, triggers almost to kick you out of organizations, even if everyone will vote for you to join. You just get automatically kicked as a game mechanic. Despite if anybody actually wants to kick you or not, they don't even have to hold a vote. It's just instantaneous. But it's not even just for being a dictatorship, because it's triggering for different organizations just one by one. And really, I don't know the cause of it. But I blame the updates of the 2020 edition, because this never happened before. Apparently, Japan has discovered robotic conscience. I don't know what that is. Something about AI. If this is trying to say that they discovered, like, real AI, that's crazy. Because in real life, we're not predicted to have true AI until the year, like, 2050. So if we made it 24 years in advance, that's crazy. I can't wait for 2026. Holy crap. As a complete side note to this game, by the way, did you guys know that companies are actually buying robots, like androids, now to serve social roles because of Corona? To avoid spreading disease, they're going to be hiring androids. They're already being produced and they're already being purchased. Look it up if you don't believe me. It's crazy. We're moving to the future fast. Back on the game note, Ireland's meeting is here. Let's see if we can actually do anything here. They'd like to purchase from me some cotton, and they want a damn good deal. How about you give me a damn good deal, huh? What is this? I'm making less than I consume, but sure, I'll sell you 30,000 worth if you give me a good deal. It's not quite the deal I was looking for, but you know, you're headed in the right direction. Let's try 2,300. getting closer. You're getting closer. Let's try 2,200. Let's negotiate. Okay, alright. I will accept this generous offer. That is literally almost twice my sales price. Thank you very much, Ireland. I'm glad we could come to that agreement. How does Ireland even feel about me? Oh, well, they like me a little bit at least, so that's cool. The UK doesn't like me very much anymore, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. They loved me until that whole weird NATO bullshit happened. How does Turkey feel about me? I know I changed how Turkey felt about me because of the bug. I think this ended up being permanent, which is unfortunate because, well, no, maybe not. What, did I set it to 100 or did I set it to more like 85? I'm not sure. But I noticed it hasn't gone down. However, every country in NATO that I was allied with seems to have started liking me less for whatever reason. Especially the UK and France, and I really don't know why. I haven't done anything different. And in fact, I've only worked together with their allies. That bug really pisses me off. And because the relation change I made to stop Turkey from hating me because of a bug seems to be permanent, I don't want to use it on the UK or France. But at the same time, the only reason they don't love me anymore is because of a stupid bug, and that's so infuriating. Well, apparently we got a partial dismantlement of the jihadist caliphate. Definitely several thousand sympathizers are gone. This seems to work more in percentages than raw amounts. Oh god, the IBI is getting bigger. Placed under surveillance. You're the only person I can place. You must be their leader. We've also infiltrated these guys 10 days ago. That's not quite long enough to do some real good damage. We'll get through them. We got rid of every other terrorist group up to this point. Theoretically, these guys should be no different. Because I'm still pretty unsure about my money right now, I'm going to go ahead and pick something that isn't even off the ground yet to get some shares in, because that's technically free. Yes, I'll attend the national holiday. And, oh my god, what the hell is happening? So many pop-ups, I can't even keep up with them. I also seem to have researched some elite aircraft carriers. I guess this is rank 4. So that's cool. So I can build a bunch of these. 3 Clearwater B2 torpedo tubes. What the hell does that mean? Of course I would not patent that. Imagine patenting the ability to make rank 4 aircraft carriers. You'd be retarded. Our growth went down a little bit. Inflation goes up a teeny tiny amount. Unemployment looks like it's still improving. So pretty healthy right now. The only thing that I really don't understand about what's going on in my country is my budget and my debt. I'm being very, very careful not to spend too much money. Right now I have a budget excess, which is a yearly projection of 40.28 billion. My current excess projection is fine. As you see, here it shows an even better budget excess, but that's based on my budget itself. This is based on things I've spent as well, like my involvement in industry. I'm trying to keep spending very minimal right now. What is this popular tension bullshit? Is this because I never went to war with Iran? Because that should not still be going. That should be over by now. So that's another bug. So that's great. If we look at the debt though, we'll see we are going to be taking debt. At first it was from the United States. And now it's from France, and it's gone up another 2 billion. And I don't understand this, because at this rate, by the time this quarter's done with, I'll be taking another 20 billion worth of debt. And I don't understand why. Why am I taking out so much debt? I shouldn't be. I should be paying off my debt. What the fuck is happening? Why is the energy industry in trouble? There's no shortages, you dumb fuck. There's literally no shortages. If we go look, you see? There's no shortages. We have a surplus of 25. Our production is, well, it's pretty much as high as it's ever been. Higher, in fact, in terms of the production of worldwide percentages. Are, you just warned me. In fact, this game warns me all the time that I have too much production and that it's totally wasteful and that I should lower my production. What the fuck is happening? In the past 2 integrations, the game has been breaking exponentially. I can't even keep up with it. So, I didn't speak over it. So I don't even know if I should include it in the video. But I'll tell you what just happened now. I just got an alert that my agent was murdered. Where was that alert? Yes.
Our infiltrated agent was spotted and murdered.
Israeli Brigades of Islam.
Discovered that
Agent was spotted and murdered because earlier in the day, or the day before, I was told that he was unprotected. I went to the alert that he was unprotected, and I hit to dismantle anyway. And now the organization's being dismantled, even though my agent died. So that's a weird little bug? Like, I guess they never thought that someone might actually press the button after the agent dies? I don't know. I've never done that before, and I've played since GPS 2, so I guess that could be it. Alright, we just finished a bunch of land-based wind turbines. Although my land-based turbine production so far seems to be lacking. 344, it's gone up by roughly about as much. Oh wait, no, I'm reading this wrong. Oh dear God. I thought that said 244. That says 344. It's gone up by over 100, despite saying much differently. You know what I feel like? This is probably wrong, but it almost feels like they did the decimal point wrong in the code. Like, is that just me? Are you guys feeling that too? Like, the decimal point is actually here in the code. Like, they misplaced it for onshore and offshore wind. Some dude just put it in the wrong place, so it produces way more than it says it's going to. It's really weird. I don't get it, but yeah. Look at how much fucking electricity we have. Looks like both on and offshore are still equally broken. And onshore is a lot cheaper, so hot diggity fucking damn. That's a lot of energy. It almost feels like cheating to even use this. Although, I mean, the game's been out how long? This bug has been in here for several editions of the game. Is it cheating if they just never fix it? Or does it become a game feature? I know in RuneScape, when bugs are in there for long enough, the community doesn't even want them removed because they're like, it's been in the game so long, it's a feature now. Does this count? I don't know, but let's fucking go ahead and just dismantle literally all of my fossil energy because I can. Yeah, go right ahead. I can dismantle all of it, so let's do it. My production cap is so fucking high. I build one fucking turbine, and 1.53 is actually like 15.3. So that's good. Growth is still good. Unemployment's still good. Inflation's still going up. But we're getting through the year. I'm really trying to make it to the next quarter again. I'm trying to pass through time as fast as I can so that I can see if we end up taking out more debt or not. Despite the fact that we definitely should not be taking out more debt. We have our budget excess going down. Makes sense because I am spending a little bit more money. Our revenues and our expenditures do seem to be staying constant, so that's good. This is the number to look at, because this adapts to your spending. Although, I don't think I've been spending as much as it says I'm spending, but apparently. Alright, well, we got a partial dismantlement of that group, which turned out to be a full dismantlement, which is great, because that was such a giant organization. It had 60 million sympathizers, and now it's gone, because an agent that died dismantled it. Some of my agents have been dying, so I'm going to up this to 11,000, hire a little more agents on the national territory. I forgot to mention it, and I think this happened in the China playthrough as well, but looks like our billionaires are gone. Either we just don't have billionaires anymore, which I find highly unlikely, or the game just deleted the panel. I don't know what that's about. For all I know, the billionaires may have died and just not been replaced, but that'd be weird because they were so young. Maybe the billionaires can move and I just don't know it, but I'd find that unlikely. Maybe because they were in a political party that became a terrorist group and I dismantled it, they were deleted from the game? I don't know. I didn't have it in China either, which was very weird. And I didn't do any of that crap in the Chinese playthrough, so I feel like this is some kind of bug. Whether it is anything I said or not, I feel like that's another bug. I also feel like I'm spending most of these videos just pointing out bugs. Is that just me? So now I'm actually getting a demonstration that wants me to increase staff in education because of how bad the ratio of students and teachers are. You literally need a massive fucking stadium to teach a class with these kinds of numbers. While I try to pass time away and skip through most things like the US discovering cancer treatments and me apparently being insulted in the newspaper for attacking human rights or something, I'm going to go ahead and acquire some more state involvement for free in some of these sectors that are not even up and running yet because I'm trying not to spend anything. When this month ends, we will pass into a new quarter. It does show that we are going to take out a crazy amount more debt despite having such a massive budget excess. An excess which does seem to be going down a little bit despite me not actually spending on anything recently. Some number in here is broken and it scares me. So I usually don't show these things in the video, but this happens a lot. The leader of Romania has been deposed. And I don't mean it happens to Romania a lot. I mean it happens in the game a lot. I've seen in this playthrough, I swear to God, almost every single leader in Europe get deposed. And many more outside of Europe. It's not just Europe. I've seen the leaders of, I swear to God, almost half the countries in the world get deposed. Some of the countries multiple times. And I don't get it. How do they build a game where it's so hard to stay in power in a democracy especially, that the leaders of democracies get deposed before they ever even reach an election? What the fuck? That's kind of a terrible game design, isn't it? Same process as before, time to nationalize another service that doesn't even exist, state involvement. Just proceeding down that path. We are almost to the next quarter. I've literally rushed us through an entire quarter just to figure out if this is a bug or not. Yes, take that down. I've been terrible at micromanaging my terrorists because of how quickly I've been going ahead in time. Because literally just speeding through this year is the only way for me to test whether or not this is a bug. Because if this is a bug, then I don't think I can fix this. I think we're just doomed to fall further and further into debt. And when you get further and further into debt, eventually it gets really, really bad. And it's one of the precursors in this game to game over events. Which, when you have God and Spy, I guess doesn't matter as much. Because you could just play as the next leader. But your leader can and will get killed if your financial situation gets too bad. I don't get it. We just got issued $16.5 billion worth of debt. And I'm being told that we have a deficit. I still have a budget excess of $23.17 billion for the year. I have spent nothing. I have not improved any services. I have not improved anything. We have a lot of things that are doing terribly. We have an education sector that is so bad that an African nation would put us to shame, quite frankly. Volunteer teachers at an African nation would put us to shame. That is how bad our education is, because I refuse to make it better because I didn't want to spend anything this entire quarter so that I could see why we were getting debt handed to us. My growth is still doing well, unemployment's doing fine, inflation's still slowly making its way up there, but very teeny tiny, and it's still in a very healthy range. In fact, technically, in real life, that would be considered underperforming. Terrorism going through, great, we cleared our country of terrorists, but for what? What can I do to fix this? I can't. Can I even do anything? Because look, we're already building up more debt. It's a very small amount, but that's just because we're on day one. But day one, and we've already built up 4.54 million. We're supposed to be paying it off. Our revenue is way higher than our expenditures, and I'm not spending any money. I don't have anything building. Everything that I built finished last quarter, either at the beginning of it or the previous quarter. There is nothing that I am spending money on. Why am I getting debt? I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do about this. This is a whole economic feature of the game breaking down. Money, literally, my money is breaking. No matter how much money I make, I'm still losing money. I guess I'll try to do some testing on it off camera. I'll probably see what happens if I just jump some taxes up, see if it fixes itself. I'll see what happens if I use God and Spy and like assign a bunch of extraordinary revenue to the country to see if it just fixes it or something. But this is seeming like an entire economic sector of the game, not even a sector, it's our money is breaking. What the fuck kind of bug is that? I don't know. So much has been breaking at an exponential pace, I cannot keep up with it, and it looks like the game can't keep up with it anymore either. All these numbers are becoming meaningless. Many of the numbers are breaking. Half of the things I point out to you guys now, I literally have to preface, oh, by the way, this is wrong. What it actually means is... So, fuck, dude. It really bothers me that some stupid shit like this can destroy such a fun playthrough and such a fun game. And it annoys me that this lazy as fuck dev team can pump out the same game every year and fix nothing. This is the only game I've ever played, or probably the second game I've ever played, series, from a French developer. Is this normal in France? Do things just get made broken? Okay, I can't go on a rant. I have to end the video, so I'll see you guys on the next one.